All right. The first question. Who can tell me how we're supposed to answer that one? Who can tell me how we're supposed to answer this one?
Okay. So it is you plug in the G for the F function.
That's right. No. Plug F into the G function. Second one comes first. So that's 3 times negative 4x plus 8 plus 5. Whoa. Whoa. My eraser's not working. Okay. My what? Thank you. So it becomes negative 12x plus 24 plus 5, which means 29, which would make it D. Compositions. Questions about any, well, all 5 of you who are doing this and not something else. Do any of you 5 have a question about that? Okay. Okay. More popular the movie than I thought it was. Number 2. How do I need to solve this?
Okay.
Somebody else.
Come on.
Anybody else?
I didn't do any math on this.
No. I know how you did it. Use logic. Very good. And you could have used logic. What 2 answers does it have to be first?
First, it has to be either B or B.
Very good. Why?
Because the triangle is composed of 2 angles that equal 180 degrees.
Very good. And the sides should be in descending order from biggest to smallest with the angles. Therefore, A should be the biggest, which means, therefore, right off the bat, it had to have been D. Very good. But assuming you couldn't do that, how would you solve this? That's good. What's the one problem with doing it like this? Never mind, I'm wrong. I'm wrong, you're right. I was thinking do the smallest ones first, but I'm thinking angles. You're right, I'm wrong. And you cross multiply and solve for A. Questions on number 2. Okay, yes.
Why do you use logic on the base?
You can always use logic in all of life. I would encourage you to use logic as much as possible.
Because if you give me a problem where I can't use logic like that, then you can.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. I'm not going to make you a promise one way or another. Okay. Who can tell me what to do on this one? Very good. And what do you get when you plug it in? Incorrect. Nope. You're not even doing this, Alan. You focus on what you're doing. That's right. You get 0 over 0, and then, but thank you, you're correct. But when you get 0 over 0, what do? I'm going to bring it back up, Allie. I just have to bring up my calculator. Hey, maybe. So you get 0 over 0, and you have to trace values close to 4 and see what the y value would be. Square root of 4. All right. Y equals parentheses x minus 4 divided by square root of x minus 2. Wrong. There we go. Trace. What values do I plug into the trace? Looks like it's getting mighty close to 4. That's good. Now what else do I trace? If you go big enough, it'll just round it off for you. So just pull a Chris and bug your calculator into just giving you the answer.
You never give me the
Can I ask a quick aside? Does it bother anybody when during a test you just hear, I don't understand this one? Raise your bloody hand and whisper it to me. What if Alan did that right now during our review? Mr. Crawford! Number 3! That'd be so rude. Raise your hand when the test is being taken.
You were on the phone, so you were...
Even more reason to yell. Number 4. Shut your face. Plug it in. Did anybody actually do this a different way, or did everybody plug it in? You gave up. Well, okay then. Plug it in. So that's right. When you plug it into all three, it should work for all three. -2 plus -2 minus -4 is +2 plus -3 is -1. Blah, blah, blah. Does anybody have a question? Want to see how to work this, or are we all just confident with plugging it in? Okay. Number 5. Well, we are marching. I'll actually need that. Number 5. You know what? I'm not even going to take this off the board until I know I have to do anything. What did we do? Incorrect. Natalie, how do I find the hypotenuse here? That's right. You Pythagorean theorem.
Did I tell you that 29?
Yes, square root of 29. Pythagorean theorem. Now, what is cosecant? That's right. What is sine? That's right. Opposite over hypotenuse would have given you 5 over radical 29. But if you flip that for cosecant, you get radical 29 over 5. Cosecant is the flip of sine. So sine being opposite over hypotenuse, therefore cosecant is hypotenuse over opposite. Hypotenuse over opposite gives you radical 29 over 5. Questions on that one? That one seemed to be the most troublesome one for a lot of people. Study your SOHCAHTOA, which always eliminates A and D first.
Okay, I think that one actually.
Other questions? All right. Number six. All right. What do we do?
Well, I was on my unit table.
It probably didn't help you much unless you just use logic to narrow it down.
Yeah, because it was like it had 2 diagonals, and then I was like, well, which one would be in the middle of those two?
Well, you could do that, or you could have just done times pi over 180. 144 times pi divided by 180 in the old calculadora here. Well, what's 144 over? What is 144 over 180 reduced to? Well, your calculator will tell you. 4 over 5, so it's 4/5 pi, which would be B. Good. Questions on that one? No? Okay. Number 7. Anybody? 2 by 3 and 3 by 2. Yes, we can multiply them, and the product will be a 2 by 2. So it has to be A or B. So now we just had to multiply. Looks like just the first term will be enough because they're different. So first row, first column. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times -1 is -3. So 3 plus -3 is 0. -1 plus times 0 is 0. So 0 plus 0 is 0. So therefore the answer is A. Now we're row by column. -1 times 3 plus 3 times -1 plus -1 times 0, and you get -3. Whoa. You get +3 plus -3 plus 0 equals 0, which is why it was A. Questions about that one? You guys seem like you're really into this. Good. Glad I have your enthusiasm. I would want a softball chant if anything. They're much cooler than football. What a football chant. Who chants at football games? They just shake those stupid milk things with quarters in them right next to the camera so that it deafens everybody watching the video. Yeah. What chants do they have at football games?
That's our third string song.
That's awesome, actually. Okay, so here we go. Now you could have done this in the calculator, which some people attempted to do. Kudos. What's another way you could have done it?
I don't know. I think it's a very long way.
Plug it in. 1 through 5. That's right. 1 plus 1 is 2 factorial over 1 plus 2. Then you add that. Now you plug in a 2 for both eyes. So that would have been 3 factorial over 4 factorial. Plug in a 3 for both eyes. I think you can see where this is going. And you go all the way up to 5. And you add them all up. And you can do that in the old calculadora. Two factorial divided by okay. What is this? What is it? Okay. Math enter.
I was so tired of doing all that math. I didn't
I'm sorry to hear that.
that's probably why I got it.
Probably.
Because I noticed that most of my answers would be
Numerel nueve. All right. Who could tell me what to do?
You need to find me the time or something.
Close. Synthetic division. We're close. We know we either have to take out a positive one or a negative one, so which one do we want to try first? Negative one. I take it you know that works. And yes, I was mean and put imaginary ones on your test, so you can't just multiply all of them all together. So, drop the 1, multiply, add, multiply, add, multiply, add. And it works. So, I can immediately cross off these two. So, and they both have positive 4. That seems kind of stupid, but okay. Let's take out the positive 4. Actually, it doesn't. That way you had to try the rational, the imaginary root. So, actually, let's take the 4 out of this row. 1, 4, negative 6, negative 24, 34, 136, 0. So, our depressed polynomial is x squared minus 6x plus 34. Now what do I do?
That was the word I was going to say. I knew it had to be like a 3. I didn't know.
Okay. You knew, but you didn't know.
I was ignorant at the same time.
It's like the amazing grace of a math student. I want to done, but now. Okay. What do I do? Not you personally. That's me in general. Quadratic, which is? Thank you for putting it in the song. It made it much more enjoyable. Oh. So 6 plus or minus, let's see, this will be 100, negative 100. Square root of negative 100 is 10i. So if we divide both those by 2, it is c. 3 plus or minus 5. I don't choose that. The computer makes it random. There's no real pattern to it. Well, if it were me, they all would have been D. Questions on this one? No? Okay. Let's go. Number 10. Slope of the tangent line. This is the one Caleb said he didn't know how to do when everybody was testing. What do I do? Ooh, this must have been the hard one. That's right.
Oh.
You need f prime of x, which was the limit as h approaches 0 of f of a plus h minus f of a all over h. The first thing I need is f of a, which is what? Mucho is awesome. What is f of a plus h?
Oh,
Yes, this crap. The one they're working on right now that you guys will have on Monday has a cubed one in this kind of problem. You're going to need that Haskell's triangle stuff I showed you. Anyway, hey, you shouldn't be watching this. You are.
There was a problem with that one.
Did you need something?
Is there a way in which we can do this on our calculator?
No.
There's not one of them.
There is. It's just not worded like this. Yours says find the derivative, which is actually the same thing. Oh.
I did figure that on the other side.
So that's 5a squared plus 10ah. Really, it's a squared plus 2ah plus h squared, but you didn't have to distribute the 5. Plus a plus h. Now we're ready to plug everything into the equation. F of a plus h. Please stop me at any time if you have a question. Minus f. Very good. All over. Very good. What else should cancel? All right. That leaves us with 10i h. Plus 4h squared plus h all over h. Now, biggest problem I saw with people doing this is that they would put that this reduces to this. What is wrong with this picture? Incorrect. I wouldn't have said it if it was.
You need to take the
Well, no, we canceled an h. See, I took h out of both of those. Plus 1. That's right. H divided by h doesn't just vanish into thin air. It becomes plus 1. This is what you do. This says find the derivative, right? Same difference. You just have to make it a plus h cubed. Which would be a cubed plus 3h a squared plus 3a squared h plus. Remember what we did the other day with the. Yes.
No, because you're getting so much extra credit.
The extra credit takes place of partial credit. Okay. So, plug in h is 0 from the limit, which brings you down to 10a plus 1. Alright. So f prime of x is now 10x plus 1. And what do we plug into that? Negative 4. Negative 40 plus 1 gives you a slope of negative 39. B.